realize that life lived for others is a life worth living. You need to observe in your family, in your friends, like just see people who are selfish and see people who are actually just care about themselves and how their life actually is. Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Fashion Tales. I am Paras Chabra, the host for the show. In this podcast, I interview some of the most successful people in diverse fields who can share their story and help you to discover and pursue your passion and purpose. If you are looking for the answers to the questions like how to find my passion, how to have a fulfilling career, or how do I follow the path of my passion, then this is definitely going to help you. In this episode, I am going to talk about joy of sharing. Many people talk about that we should contribute and we should live a life of service to have contentment, but I always struggle to understand this concept. I wanted to know, why did people say that? This inquiry led to me to think about what purpose is, and then came few insights on the joy of sharing. These are some insights from my own life's experiences, and I'm sure you'll also be able to relate with most of them. Let's dive in. So lately, I've been spending a lot of time thinking about what role does purpose actually play in our lives. Like, what do people mean when they say life spent living for others is a life worth living? Why do people say that? And why do people say that a life devoted to contribution and service brings the real contentment in oneself? While being with this question for days, I realized one thing which plays some part in this, which I call is the joy of sharing. The joy of sharing is that feeling when you share your experiences with others, your learnings, your knowledge, any incidents that you might encounter, and I think that this comes natural to us. I'll tell you how. I want to give an example of my nephew. My cousin brother had come with his wife and his son on one fine day. We were having dinner, and since my nephew is less than 1 year old, my brother was feeding him small bites of food and he was enjoying his food. My nephew was enjoying his food in the lap of my brother, and during this moment, I saw something amazing happen. While my nephew was eating and my brother was feeding him basically, after having some bites, he offered one bite to his dad, which is my brother. And now this small thing might not have amazed my brother, but this was a very insightful incident for me. This made me realize how sharing is inherent in us. When we are happy and fulfilled, it is our natural tendency to share with others. When we watch a good movie, we want to tell our friends about it. When we encounter a good meme that cracked us up, it is our tendency to share it with the world. We share it on our social media, put it as WhatsApp status and whatnot. This incident makes it obvious that sharing is inherent in us. It's just that when we grow up, due to some experiences of our own or due to some reasons, we build a boundary wall around us and start limiting our life's concerns to a particular territory that may range from ourselves only to our families or maybe to our relatives. But nobody thinks about the world. So this is what I think limits our potential and possibilities. I would also like to share some incidents like from my school. When I was at school, I was very good at computers and softwares and stuff. Whenever we were in computer labs, I used to finish my work quickly and then went on to helping others. Probably to show off also, but majorly it's just that I enjoyed helping others. That gave me a lot of joy. And maybe there was some sense of pride behind it that I may have wanted to show off my skills, but in the end, it felt really good when you help others. Few days back, I was sharing some of my learnings with my podcast community. I realized that I was so into it when I was sharing my experience and what I knew about podcasting. This is what I think makes us feel strong and confident from inside. It's like we forget sometimes what we are good at. When we share what we have, you have this feeling of joy, and it's like something inside you expands. I don't know what is the biochemistry behind it, what brain chemicals exactly get released, but my belief is that it's a natural incentive that the Mother Nature has built in humans to benefit the entire humanity. So that we don't keep to just ourselves but share what we have with others. Now there is one tricky thing. It doesn't happen when you are sharing out of getting some benefit or if someone tells you to do so. Then it becomes a kind of a transaction or an obligation, which is not exactly the same. this is something you should do spontaneously when it comes to naturally to you, not because you should or maybe because you ought to, but when you feel like it. Just try it once without having any expectation. You might have encountered some beggar and you have some extra food with you and you share it with them. You feel good, right? Because there was not a lot of premeditated act there was not a lot of contemplation that took place. It was just spontaneous. You felt like it and you did it. I also want to share with one experience which I had read in one book. So the author of this book was celebrating his daughter's birthday and has invited her friends too. And she would be about 4 to 5 years old. Now during the party, her friends wanted to open the gifts and play with them. But being a child, she was restricting to do it. And she just wanted to keep her gifts to herself and she didn't want to share them with a friend. But her father insisted that she should share it, but she was still very protective about it and didn't feel like doing it. And his father was actually pretty embarrassed by the scene that was being created. So he decided to use his, authority. He made her obligated to share. Now, the author later shares that how he regretted his decision. Because even though he got out of the embarrassment, the scene that was being created there, but that decision wasn't the best decision in the interest of her daughter's life and learning. What her daughter missed that day was the lesson on joy of sharing. If the father might not have intervened, she might have given the gifts herself with others and might have realized how it actually felt sharing with others. Now, you might ask, what is the reason that we stop sharing when we grow up? Why is it that our concerns just gets confined to our families? We feel resistance toward sharing our things with others. We just want to keep it to ourselves. The reasons which I think from my own experiences are, there are 3 reasons. One is the competitiveness. I think schools have taught us to be so competitive. We also to try to become competitive in our different areas of life. We actually don't help when people, because it's just that we want to stay ahead. In our college also, there were many people, there were incidents like when people wanted, like a teacher had shared some insights, questions or the topics that were important for the next day's exam, but some of the students didn't share it with everyone because they wanted to have a competitive advantage. The way education system has incentivized us is what makes us actually very selfish, and that stops us from sharing whatever we have with others. Another reason which I think for this is bad experiences that might have happened with us, with our friends or with our family. There might have been incident like when you have helped your friend, and another time there might have come a time when you needed their help and they were not there for you. I think this is a very common reason that comes up. People feel betrayed and they feel that the other person wasn't there when they needed them, so why should they even share it with others? They start thinking like everybody is very selfish and we also have to be that way to protect ourselves. So I think that is one of the reason. Also, listening to experiences, we know that negative news spreads around a lot very easily. You won't see positive news being spread in our news channels on India. Like, I'm sure there are a lot of good things happening in our country, but we know that that is not what sells. Now you might ask, okay, Paras, like, I get it that, okay, sharing is good, like, but still, why should I do it? And first of all, how do I go about it? Like, okay, I've been brought up this way in my school and colleges, but what can I do now? First of all, I would like to say that realize that life lived for others is a life worth living. You need to observe in your family, in your friends, like just see people who are selfish and see people who are actually just care about themselves and how their life actually is. Like, just observe how their life is, not in just terms of achievements or anything, but just from a normal, your own point of view. Do you think that you also would like to live that like that? If not, I think you need to make some amends in your life to live a better life. Also, I believe that sharing enhances one's own knowledge too. I remember my friend in engineering who taught us in the morning before the exams, and this way she actually revised her own syllabus entirely, and obviously she scored better than us. Now, if we talk about the actionables here, like how can we practically do this? Okay, I want to share, I want to contribute. How can we practically do this in our day-to-day lives? I realize there are 5 things in which we can do this, and these 5 things actually can help us also as in our careers or in our relationships. So the 5 things are: one is communities. By communities, I mean like you'll always find it somewhere, like for whatever activity, be it fitness, be it your career domain, like if you are a software engineer or maybe if you are a marketeer. There are tons and tons of communities around in the world which you can join, maybe offline or an online one, and you can start sharing whatever you have. Like people ask their doubts and questions from more experienced people there, and you can chip in whatever domain knowledge you have. And another is maybe start a podcast. If you think you are a domain expert in something, or if you think that you have some experience, or you want to share something with the world, with your fellow community members, then you can start your own podcast about it. For example, if you are a businessman, then you can start your own podcast about business, which you think will provide value to others with your own experiences of failures, of success, the mistakes that you did. I think you can share it in the podcast format, and I'm sure other people who are also trying to make big in business will definitely like to hear it. Or you can also choose things like blogs. Blogs are a very popular way which people use to share their knowledge, their experience. They are like travel blogs, and there are food blogs also. It can be anything which you are passionate about or do you think you would like to share. Another thing is you can share whatever you know, your knowledge or experience, through any other form of content, maybe on social media, on Facebook or Instagram. If you think you learned something today, just share it as a story on Instagram. I'm sure a lot of people would benefit with it. I see a lot of people sharing memes, news, some negative news that has happened. I'm not saying that we should not do that. We should not raise awareness, or we should stop entertaining our peers. We should not share memes. That's not what I'm saying. But I think we should always also share what we are learning. Why is that not cool? I'm sure there are a lot of days you are, while you are just about to sleep, you realize, oh, I learned this. Why not just take a single minute and post it on social? I'm sure that is going to help others also. Another thing is you can do is consultancy, which I think is a great way. You can also manage to do it with your job or your business, and I think it grows you as a person also. Like while solving the problems of others, you'll also learn more about your own domain. Maybe you can also then make it as a career also. But the important thing here is to help others. Now let's talk about how, if we build a culture in an organization, that a culture that supports sharing in between the colleagues, how that place has better work environment than others. I strongly believe that building this culture builds a better work environment where people trust their partners, their peers, and the productivity is greatly enhanced. I think this is powered by how the incentives are given in the organization. If people are incentivized for personal metrics, the work culture is going to take a hit. Building incentive based on team's metric is a better way to build a work culture that people love to be a part of. Also, you can also do a lot of things to build this culture of giving by building some open source initiatives. For example, I'm from a software engineering background. In my own office, there have been multiple events where we were asked to build some software which we will be releasing out as open source, which is also going to help other organizations as well. Also, the organization can take some community initiatives. I have heard many organizations which announces some charity events and all that, which also helps in building this culture of giving. Now, this culture of giving or culture of sharing also acts as a very good brand strategy. There are many brands that actually do this by delivering free content through mediums like blogs, videos, or podcasts, and they gain a lot of brand recognition through that, and customers are driven through it. it also builds their authority in their own domain. Like, for example, HubSpot, it is a marketing product. Basically, they have a blog in which they share a lot of marketing tips for free, and they have some videos also, I guess. So I think this also helps them, also builds their perception that they are actually a leader in this domain, and like they know what they are talking about, and so we can trust them in the domain of marketing. Like, there's also a quote from this Gary Vee's podcast that I had heard few days back. The best business strategy is to help others. I think this is what drives business. Now let's come back to from where it all started. Like the inquiry, which was basically, what do people actually mean when they say this is my purpose? What is actually behind it? Is there some personal struggle, or is there a sense of pride that they want to build about themselves? I still don't have the answer to these questions. But what makes sense to me is the joy of sharing. I think if you have experience in something, do share it with others. This brings immense joy and contentment. I think it is a short way to build better societies and better relationships, which are actually the core of a successful life. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the episode, guys. Do share it with your friends and family if you liked it. While listening to the podcast, if you were able to relate and some moments hit you of your own experiences of joy of sharing, do share those with me on social media. Links are in the description. See you in the next episode.